hiking the Santa Margarita River Trail in Fallbrook. Parking is 6 miles from Interstate 15 in Fallbrook. There is a medium-sized parking lot at the trailhead. The difficulty rating for the hike is easy with a few steep sections. The hike begins. Several side trails lead to river crossings. Opting to take one of the side trails to see the river. That wasn't disappointing. The trail parallels the river through the canyon. Taking another side trail to the river. Another scenic river crossing point. A few benches are scattered along the trail. Arbor tunnels are common in the canyon. There are a handful of river crossing points. I didn't visit each one though. Meanwhile, it is a peaceful stroll on the shaded trail. One more chance to sit and relax while enjoying the surroundings. Can't get enough of the river access points. Got it all to myself. Visiting a smaller crossing point on the river. I stayed on my side, however. After a handful of river visits, the trail begins to climb out of the canyon at about 2 miles. For those who are primarily interested in staying by the river, this would make a good turnaround point. The trail tops out at a high point, then begins to descend into the canyon again. It returns to lush shade once again. However, it doesn't parallel the river quite as closely as it did earlier in the hike. There are also more opportunities to pause and enjoy the surroundings. For a brief time, the river re-emerges near the trail. This made a close-up river visit hard to pass up. Just beyond the river turnoff, the trail rises out of the shade to another high point. This turned out to be the turnaround point, as the trail bends back around here. The trail remains above the canyon and mostly out of the shade in this stretch. This forms an optional looping portion to the hike while returning near the start. However, after experiencing the shade and the river earlier, I really wanted to return to it. So I bailed out as soon as I could and returned to the lower trail. This is one of those examples of a hike being better as an out and back one rather than as a semi-loop. Appreciating the river and the shade for as long as I could. While coming back, it seemed almost like a different hike. Mission accomplished. The hike in review. The Santa Margarita River Trail passes through a shaded canyon. It sticks to a parallel river course with various access points. The trail eventually breaks off from the river and begins to form a semi-loop. I, however, broke off from this looping option as early as I could, choosing to return along the same way I came in. I'm glad that I did.